Hello and good day. Today we will do another story, the title of which is The Fortune Teller. The author of this story is Carol Chopek. Now let's begin with the title. Who is a fortune teller? Fortune teller is someone who predicts your future. Another word or a synonym of fortune teller is also a soothsayer. And in this story, the fortune teller is a lady by the name of Mrs. Edith Myers. So we come back to the author, Carol Chopek, who was a Czech novelist, dramatist, short story writer, and a journalist. He was very passionately involved in his country's political life. He had many passions, many, what should I say, things that he was interested in doing, like he was attracted to philosophy, and he also considered himself a disciple of the American pragmatist William James. The themes of his plays and novels were protests against the domination of technology. And in his short stories, Chopek has depicted middle class society with great insight. Insight into what? Insight into the attitudes, the pretensions of human beings, and he has depicted this with a tinge of humor. In The Fortune Teller, Chopek displays a deep understanding of human conceit as well as frailty. Human conceit and frailty means the pride and the weaknesses, the egos that the human beings suffer from, and underlines the role played by destiny in making or marring, that is, disrupting people's lives and fortunes. So, the unit 1 of the fortune teller tells us a little bit about the background of the story. So, the main character of the story is the lady who is the fortune teller, and her name is Mrs. Edith Myers. And the other main character of the story is a magistrate and a judge by the name of Mr. Kelly JP. Now, the story begins by saying that every country has its own law and order, has its own book of statute, and the judges are bound to follow that book of law, irrespective of whether it is Czechoslovakia, France, Germany, or whatever. Every country has a court of law, and the judges follow that order of law, and they punish and convict the offenders in accordance with that book of law. But in this story, the judgment that is passed is not according to the statute book, but it is passed by sound common sense. Now, the narrator of the story, who is the author Carol Chopek, tells us that this incident or this story happened in England, and it happened in London, and to be more precise, in Kensington. So, this is a little bit about the background of the fortune teller in Unit 1. We'll do Unit 2 tomorrow.